individual is Jodi Forsberg out of Palatine, the host school here tonight with 37.55. The team competition, as Judy mentioned, is well underway and may not change. And at this point, our leader is Palatine High School, 147.35. They are the defending champs. Rich Central with a 146.45 and Resurrection 143.10. But it's a very close battle because New Trier just 1/10 behind. We'll be back with more from the IHSA Girls State Gymnastics meet after these messages on Sports Vision. We're back at Palatine getting ready for the vaulting competition. One of the most exciting and explosive events. It'll be the first event of 4. Of course, the next 3 are the uneven parallel bars, and then followed by the difficult beam. The key is that, staying on it, and then the crowd pleaser floor exercise. But Judy, the vault being the first event, big nerve-wracking time if you're the first one up.
I tell you, this is where it's all begins, the real evening.
One of the things that's very difficult about it is that there are so many parts of it. Now, the girls will actually do 2 separate vaults.
That's right. We'll see 2 predominantly two big categories, twisting vaults or sukaharas. And a sukahara uses a combination of a half turn and then quite literally from a handstand position on the vault, they do a 1.5 backward somersault and land on their feet. And we'll see a number of those this evening. A lot of twisting vaults, either twists onto the horse or twists off. And vault is really an exciting event. I enjoy watching it. We're looking for a couple things the judges look for too. Pre-flight, which is the distance from the board to the horse, what their height is, how far it is, how they actually fly through the air, and how long they're on the horse. That should be very light. And then the after flight or the post flight, and the distance away and the height away from the horse on the backside.
And Judy, in preparation for the vault, I've always noticed there you take a look at KIMI Roberts, one of the all-arounders from Libertyville High School. They all use their own springboard. It's very particular about it. They measure their steps and are always telling the coach how many steps away from the vault to put that board, because the coach is always down there when they're not.
That's right. It almost becomes an exact science. You know, some people use feet measurements, some use actual inches, but it's so rote. They continually do the same thing all the time, and it needs to be that way.
The judges for the vault, the superior judge Judy Matz, Priscilla Gilroy, Elizabeth Gray, and Vicki Munch for the first event, the vault. And our first competitor is going to be Nikki Tater. What a tough spot. She's a freshman from Resurrection High School. She scored a 9.4 yesterday. That doesn't mean a thing except for the team.
That's right. And maybe she doesn't know she's supposed to be nervous. We'll see. She looks real calm there.
You see a lot of youngsters are doing a great job because gymnastics, of course, has started usually at a young age, and these kids come up having competed actually many years before they get to this point.
Well, a perfect example here is Nikki. She started when she was 5 years old. And so this obviously is being a freshman. It's her first trip to the state meet, and it ends up in the finals.
And she's had a very good meet, too, and it's been a pressure-packed situation because of her responsibilities for the team as well as herself as an individual. Get a good look at Nikki talking to her coach, being told to wait here. She's handling her while she's waving. She looks real nervous. She's waving to the crowd.
Right. I'm impressed.
And I saw her at an invitational at holiday time, and she had to complete the beam routine successfully, basically stay on it, because as long as she did that, the 5/10 would have made a difference, and her performance was key. They won the meet.
She's quite the competitor.
Of course, she has quite a talented teammate in SHERYL KUROWSKI, who's certainly one of the favorites for the all-around, in a tough duel with Jennifer Redmond, lost by a couple of tenths. But boy, what exciting gymnast, and we're going to have a great time looking at her tonight. Here we go with Nikki Tater. Nice to see the crowd give her a big hand. It's tough to be first anytime, but especially in the finals of the state meet.
We should be seeing a full twist onto the horse and a half off.
Of course, they will be doing 2 vaults, and there will be 5 scores that will be flashed. We'll try to keep you abreast of the average score, which is the one that will actually count. They won't give those scores until after both their vaults. Here's a replay of her first vault.
It's a half twist on and a full twist off. That vault has a maximum value of a 9.8. Each of the vaults has a predetermined maximum score that you can get. She's getting ready here for her second vault. I would expect to see a pike sukahara here. Half turn on, and there's that back and a half to her feet. A little short there, had to put her hands down. She's disappointed. Like we said, though, it is tough to be number one.
And that's a tough vault. You know, we're seeing more and more of the layout, Sukes, and
that's
as
right.
mentioned. But for the freshman, she did a nice job. Her first vault will probably count.
Yes. Comes in a little, there, just lands short, has to put her hands down.
What's putting the hands down count there, Judy?
It's a deduction. It's a fall is 5/10. Now, it depends on how much they determine whether it was real heavy weight bearing or not, as far as how much of a deduction they'll actually take.
As we wait for Nikki's score, you get a good look at KIMI Roberts, the outstanding senior gymnast from Libertyville High School. You'll see KIMI on a couple other events tonight, and she's really a crowd pleaser. Her floor routine is one of the most interesting that we're going to see.
Dynamic.
Very different than the rest of the competitors. KIMI's an ice skater.
That's right.
So she brings some of those talents as well to her gymnastics. And that score for Nikki Tater, an 8.9.
The score for Nikki Tater.
None of these girls, there are several of the, there are supposed to be 10, but we get all the ties. We have a little bit over numbers. We have 14 competitors here on the vault because of the ties at the bottom places. And that means a lot of excellence here. KIMI signals, telling him. Now they must tell the judge exactly what they're going to do before they do it.
That's right. We'll definitely be seeing a Sukahara here. I'm just not sure which we'll see. Maybe a pike, or maybe a tuck. Let's see. Ooh. Beautiful. Nice height, nice distance away from the horse. There's a tuck Sukahara. Looking good. Good to see it again here. Good strong run down the vault runway. Reach. Nice high tuck, beautiful after flight. Lands it, takes one big hop. There'll be a slight deduction for that. She's happy.
There's the experienced senior. She's been here before.
That's right.
And has been in the finals.
She placed last year, 3rd place on vault. So she's no stranger to the finals in vault.
How important is the positioning, going early or late?
Really, I think it depends on the individual. Some people like to get it over, and some like to see what has happened and know what they have to do. She's getting ready here for her 2nd vault. It's a pike Suk. Nice. 2 excellent vaults. Certainly does not hurt her going first or early in the round. Excellent, both of them. Very good form. Get to look at this one again here. She's very explosive down the runway. She generates that momentum early. Good board work, stretch, and then a back and a half from her hands. Takes another hop, finishes nice, and then signs off to the judges.
KIMI Roberts from Libertyville. There you get a look at SHERYL KUROWSKI, one of the top 2 gymnasts in the state this year at the meet. She's from Resurrection High School as we wait for KIMI's score. And SHERYL is a very, very powerful gymnast. And all around her, as we mentioned, she'll be competing on 3 events here tonight, this being her first.
Score for KIMI Roberts.
It's very possible for her to improve her team score, and that's crucial. And KIMI Roberts' score is a 9.45, so she improved over last night's score, and that will help her team score, though they're not probably in the running for a trophy at this point, but it's still important as a senior to show that leadership.
That's right.
1.70. We're now ready for the 3rd vaulter from Resurrection High School, SHERYL KUROWSKI.
Crowd really likes this performer. She's been to an awful lot of invites, pleased an awful lot of people. She's just a junior, so she'll be around again.
Her injury last year. Beautiful. Nice layout, Sukahara. Probably one of the most difficult vaults we'll see here today.
She gets a nice from Sue Bosco, her coach.
But to watch this again, the run is so critical. She knows exactly where the steps are, where the board is. She knows exactly what she's going to do. Real determined there, powerful run, half turn, nice layout position. Stands it up nicely.
Kind of got to look at that ankle brace on SHERYL's ankle. She was injured last year, as Judy mentioned, and the crowd was really disappointed in the fact they didn't get to see her compete, because she has one of the most difficult routines on the beam, and won't see her on that tonight as well, but we'll see her on 3 others.
She's warming up. I believe we're going to see a full twisting Suk. Now, I mentioned the layout was tough. This is by far tougher, and my guess is that after watching her preliminary warm-up there, we're going to see a full twisting Sukahara. Very difficult vault. Yes. Whoa, excellent.
That's tough.
in that 1.5 turn, she adds a full twist. We get to watch this again. Half on and a full twisting somersault. Oh, beautiful. Lands just a little bit short. Very tough vault.
Sheryl gets hugs all around from her teammates. What a competitor. There you get a look at Jennifer Redmond, who is our all-around champion. You're going to see her first on the vault as Sheryl's scores pop up at 9.05. Crowd concerned. Oh, and now we get a change on that to 9.5. No wonder
that makes a little more sense.
That must mean we have a very knowledgeable crowd out here, Judy. You get a good look at Jennifer Redmond, the junior from Ridge Central. And when we talk about flight, we mentioned to you on the open that she flies. And the crowd loves to watch Jennifer Redmond.
It's interesting seeing these two excellent vaulters back to back here. We'll have a good comparison. Both very powerful. We have a pike souk, and our camera angle there really doesn't do that vault justice. She is way up in the air. We can get a distance perspective though. She is way far away on the afterflight. Get to watch this one again. Half turn on, and then once again, back and a half. Oh, beautiful. One step for balance, and signs off.
The distance she flies from the vault is so different from the other gymnasts.
Yes. And that's the power that she builds, her momentum builds, and it's really, vaulting is kind of neat because you take this horizontal motion and you have to transfer and make it vertical.
If you get an idea, the crowd should be able to hear the pounding that goes on as they run down that runway. It's just amazing the beating that those legs take day after day doing this.
Now we should see a layout souk here. Nice body position.
Jennifer had the best vault last night with a score of 9.7.
We'll get to watch this again. She is truly a vault champion. She's a junior now. She was the champion in the freshman, champion her sophomore year, so she's a two-time returning champion. And that is why. She just does everything so well.
You see your teammates waiting to score. Their red, white, and blue warm-ups from Ridge Central High School. Jennifer's score last night means nothing. This is all overall again. So this consistency factor that you've talked about, Judy, makes it so difficult. Whatever you did before really doesn't matter. Get a good look at SUNNI STECK from Naperville Central High School as we await Jennifer Redmond's score from those two outstanding vaults. Each of the runners come from each of the 4 judges and bring them to the central table, and then they're compiled and placed up on, and we're going to get a 9.70. And that's our leader at this point, Jennifer Redmond with a 9.7.
And that is going to be tough to beat. That's why she's a champion.
SUNNI STECK, a sophomore from Naperville Central, but she also was here last year in state competition, so this is not her first trip.
It's her first time in the bean final, into the vault finals. Her first vault will be a pike Sukahara. It's got a 10-0 difficulty rating. We've seen it before. She's very powerful too. Nice. No steps. That's what we call a stick. And there's no deduction for the steps. She timed that very well, knew right where she was. We'll have a chance to look at that again. Once again, very focused, running hard. Good board work. Half turn on. Nice repulsion. Beautiful. Good pike position.
SUNNI's competing as an individual, so her score will not affect any team score at this point. That concentration as she looks signals to the judge.
Her second vault is also a layout Sukahara. We're beginning to see more and more of those. As the gymnasts get more powerful, they can do these more difficult vaults. Nice layout position. Landed just a little bit short, but she was able to correct without having to put her hands down. 2 very good vaults. You can look at it again here. Good layout position. Holds it nicely. Lands it just a little bit short, and then has to hop to stand it up. Nice Nice recovery. Waiting for her score here.
That smile.
She's a sweetie.
You've seen her quite a bit, I know, at sectional competition throughout the year. So you have an idea of how that appears. 9.5. So SUNNI right now is tied for second with SHERYL KUROWSKI of Resurrection. That puts her in a tie for second.
Sounds great.
Here you get a look at Annie High, a junior from Downers Grove South High School. Annie also competing as a member of her team.
She'll be doing a pike souk. Nice height, nice height. Maybe we can get a perspective here on how high up in the air she is. Oh, excellent. Good body position. A little late bringing her chest up, so she has to take that one step there to get her balance. A good vault, very good vault. Boy, this is going to be tough competition here.
Vault is so explosive and so instantaneous. As a viewer, it's very difficult until you see this in slow motion, exactly what the judges have to look for. They have to see it fast speed. It's tough.
She's going to be doing the second vault here. Oh, she attempted a layout there. That was her coach kind of standing in there. Whenever a gymnast tries a vault that may be a little risky, something that, you know, here we are in the finals, you throw it. You go for it here. So she's working on a layout souk here. Her first vault was very good. Go ahead and try it. Half turn on, gets the good body position, and then cranks it around just a little bit short. And her coach was right there making sure that she landed all right. She's happy.
What a place to try it.
That's right. That's right. That's her coach, Robin Cedarblad, sitting next to her. And Kirk Mango just off camera there.
He's doing a little bit of the spotting down
That's
there.
right. That's right.
Score for Annie.
Okay. Annie, his score is a 9.35. So right now that puts her into 5th place.
Wendy Lahuchek.
And our next gymnast is going to be from Wheeling High School, a sophomore, a really sweetheart, a Wendy Lahuchek. A little mighty mite.
This is her first year in high school competition. So she's coming in as a sophomore. She has competitive experience. And we should be seeing a tuck Sukahara here. Nice vault.
Wendy recovering from a wrist injury where a pin was placed and has been taken out. She's been recovering from that. She's a very tough young lady.
Explodes off the horse, pulls it around, stands it up, and then signs off.
Got a great
She's
smile.
happy.
Very popular gymnast with the rest of the kids.
She is short. How tall would you say she is?
If she's 5 foot.
That's right. She is short, which is an advantage sometimes.
It's very obvious when you do see a taller gymnast, and they appear to be taller sometimes than they actually are.
Nice pike souk. Over-rotated it just a little bit. Had to take the step to catch the balance. She's pleased. We'll have a chance to look at it again here. Again, the run is so critical. You've got to get your steps just timed right so that you hit the board properly. That punch off the horse or the repulsion to start the turning momentum. She over-rotated just a little bit. Nice vault.
Wendy Lahuchek gives Jill Redmond a little good luck as she goes by and gets a hug. You know, gymnastics, kids tend to be very, very friendly. They see each other year after year and competition after competition because of invitationals, and they really sincerely encourage each other. I'm very pleased with good performances from the fronts.
Oh, I think they respect each other. They know what it takes to be good. And from that perspective, they have a commonality.
Well, Wendy scores a 9.45. It puts her into a tie with KIMI Roberts. And there you see Jill Redmond, Jennifer's younger sister. She's the sophomore from Rich Central. And again, this score will count towards their team score, and they're trying to gain 9/10 on Palatine.
It could be tough. They do have a number of opportunities here tonight. Here goes her first vault. Handspring with a full twist afterwards. She just floats.
Jill, a much smaller gymnast than her sister.
Both is powerful, though. The chance to look at that handspring full again. She does a handspring onto the horse, and then in the afterflight does a full twist before she lands. A little off balance there, had to kind of correct herself right there at the end, but her distance and her height, she just is an excellent vaulter. She's going to show a completely different look here for her second vault. We talked about having both twisting vaults and sukaharas. Her second vault is a pike sukahara. So she's going to show the ability to do both types of vaults.
Oh.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Get to look at this one again. Height and distance. She lands it nice. Short little hop there. Good balance. That should be a nice score.
Oh, big smile as she gets hugs around. Jill Redmond with a nice vault.
Score for Jill Redmond.
Here comes the score.
The score for Jill Redmond, just about being put up there. The top number that you see there on the double-decker is the competitor's number. The bottom number is her score, and a 9.55. So that gives Rich Central an extra 500s over last night's, because that's a 500s improvement over Jill's score last night. Take a look at Shannon Hayes from Rolling Meadows, a very exciting gymnast, a junior. Shannon competed here last year at her first state meet, and she's a real crowd pleaser. Teammate of Bonnie Higgins from last year, one of the co-champions of this event. The vault record is a 9.8. Lisa Peterson out of Stagg High School.
Her first vault will be a handspring full, handspring, and then a full twist. Stands up, no steps.
Shannon Hayes from Rolling Meadows.
Chance to watch it again here. She leaves the board, does a handspring onto the horse, and then does a full twist and lands it. Catches her balance and stands it up straight. She's going to show the versatility here also. Her second vault will be a pike souk. Completely different preparation. Half turn onto the horse, and then a pike back and a half off. A little lower. Nice job. A chance to look at it again here. There's the half turn, and then a back and a half to her feet. Stumbles a little bit there at the landing, but is able to put it up without putting her hands down. Nice job.
Get a good look at Shannon there. She awaits her score. Our next competitor is going to be Alyssa Rago from Hoffman Estates. That's Shannon's first event of the evening, and she's a very exciting floor competitor as well. It's so nerve-wracking when you're waiting, because everything depends on your placement here, and you see those numbers go up from before. It's so tough to wait.
Well, the judges have to, their scores have to be in range, so that's one of the things they have to check. Plus, they take the average of the first vault, and they'll take the average of the second vault, and whichever is higher, that is the award they get. So there's really, in the vault competition, there's a lot the judges have to do down there. Make sure that they have the correct scores.
And Shannon's score is going to be a 9.40. 9.40.
Next up, competing from Hoffman Estates High School, Alyssa Rago.
Hey, you get a look at Alyssa Rago, a junior from Hoffman Estates.
Now, yesterday she performed a tuck souk for her first vault. We'll see if that's what she chooses today. Whoa. Now, I'm not sure what vault they called, but she clearly did not do the vault that they called. We'll have a chance to watch that again here. See if we can figure out what happened. Her timing was off, her steps were off. She just didn't come up where she wanted to. She was a little long. She came in real high, and she was already past the horse by the time she put her hands down and really could not do the 1.5 from there. So her second vault here will probably be a pike souk, and she'll be able to make the adjustment to do this vault. There we go. Pike Souk, nice job. Now that first vault, they won't even score. It was not correct at all, so her score will be this vault. Adjust her steps there. That much better, came on much better there. Nice Pike Sukahara.
That's great. You just want to see the kids do their very best in the state meet, and I'm so glad that she came back with that nice vault in the second one.
Sometimes that's tough. To be able to put that mentally behind you and reset and start again.
Well, like you mentioned before, if you don't do what you said you were going to do and you do a different vault and the next one is what you were going to do, you can't do that one either. You better have a third one.
That's right.
It's a little tough. And Alyssa's score, and just coming up now as you get a good look at Jodi Reese, Alyssa's score was a 9.30, and there's Jodi Reese from Streamwood, a senior. Jodi had the second best last night.
This is her first trip to the state finals. She'll be starting out with a Pike Souk here. Nice body position in the air. She's a real tight, solid performer here. Again, she's short, which helps on a Souk because you can really bring it around hard. Nice job on that. Stands it up, finishes very high, almost lands it standing perfectly straight up. That's one of the things the judges look for, if they're landing low or if they're landing high, if the chest is up or down, if they're standing upright. Did a nice job on that.
I think she's telling herself to lift there a little bit, Judy.
That's right. She'll be doing a layout Souk, and you really need that lift to be able to do that back and a half in a layout position. That's a tough vault. Whoa, landed a little short. It's always a little hard on the ankles. She may be hurting just a little bit there.
You hate to see that happen.
Yeah. When you land short, that's what happens. We'll have a chance to look at that here. This is a very difficult vault to be able to do a back and a half from your hands in a layout position. She's building up the momentum here, running hard. Half turn on, and then she holds that layout position and brings it around. If you watch, she lands short and just kind of jams her ankles into the mat. And she definitely has hurt her ankle.
You hate to see any jobs. We have a great athletic training crew here, and that's one of the things that's really come about in the state in recent years is the importance of the athletic trainers and their availability at so many of the schools. As you take a look at Jodi Reese, a little bit of pain right there. She's competing on other events, and we sure want to see her be able to do that. Her score was a 9.5. Of course, scored on the first vault. As you take a look at Cindy GIROUX. Cindy GIROUX is from New Lenox Lincoln Way, a senior. Lincoln Way has really kind of been a surprise team for a lot of aficionados. Cindy's just a junior, so she's going to be back, and she's got a nice group of kids out there. Got a teammate in this competition, and I know they'd like to come as a team and came very close.
That's right. She has selected 2 twisting vaults, so we'll see a little different look here. Her first vault, she will do a full twist in the time her feet leave the board to her hands touching the horse. Difficult, very difficult. And then she'll do a handspring off on the backside. Nice vault, couple steps to catch her balance there. She did a nice job with that. We'll have a chance to look at that again, and here you'll be able to see the full twist. Her feet leave the board, full twist, she touches, and then does a handspring off. A little extra momentum there, has to kind of get everything under control. Now her second vault, she'll start off the same way. She's going to do a full twist after she leaves the board, but instead of doing a handspring off, she's going to do another half twist on the other side. It's a little more difficult to do. They both have a 10.0 value. definitely a better vault. Not as much after flight, but more under control. You can see it again here. Again, the run is so critical. Get the steps and the timing down right. There's the full turn, and then another half turn and a hop to get everything under control. I'm sure she'll be back next year as a senior.
Some of the camaraderie you see there, the Rich Central girls giving her a big hug. They see each other so much, and it's really fun to see. The hugs and flowers are characteristic of gymnastics, that's for sure. 9.45 for Cindy Giroux.
Very good score.
Real nice score. And next going to be KARISSA ULLRICH. She's a senior from Naperville North High School. Was all-rounder here and competing also for her team.
That's right.
KARISSA with a twisting vault.
We'll have a chance to look at this little in slow motion here. She's doing a half turn on and then a full turn off. She doesn't need as much run for the twisting vaults. There's the half turn on, touches the horse, and then does another full turn and stops. Now her second vault's going to take a little bit more concentration. She's going to do a half turn on and then a double turn off.
Basically, the gymnasts have the same degree of difficulty in most of the vaults. It's a matter of the execution tonight.
And being able to do two vaults, that gives you the opportunity to correct errors or show two totally different styles. Half on and a double off. A little short, landed just a little bit short there, and scooted her feet around. We'll have a chance to watch that again. Half turn on, and then a double turn off, lands just a little bit short, and scoots it around the rest of the way.
And look at Brad Farrick as he hugs KARISSA right there. Brad, quite an outstanding gymnast himself.
That's true.
Competed in the Prairie State Games here the last summer. He's a very enthusiastic coach.
Their team has enjoyed an awful lot of success this year. They were conference champions, regional champions, sectional champions, and now here they are in the state meet, currently in 7th place.
A lot of effort goes into that, from the school administration to the athletic directors, the coaches, the parents. It takes a whole lot of people to be successful in this, but it really comes down to the athletes themselves and their preparation.
And they're no strangers to the state meet. They have, over the years, have consistently done well. And that definitely takes a lot of coordinated efforts on the part of an awful lot of people.
We see teams come back year after year, and they're known as powers. There's
Tradition.
Excellent tradition. You got it. Waiting for the score from the judges' table for KARISSA. Must have had a little conference down there as she waits and talks to Brad. Just 2 competitors left in the vault. So we're just about the end of our first event, and the meet's well underway. And so far, there haven't been a lot of team changes. It's 5/100ths of a point. There's her score, 9.0.
Wendy's a senior from Oak Park River Forest. Her first vault here will be a full on and a half off. It's one of the vaults we just saw KARISSA do.
Really kind of gives the fans a chance to compare when they happen to do the same vault right after each other.
That's right. That's right. Checks her. Full twist on and a half twist off. Under control. She spots the horse on the landing there, so she knows if she's upright. She has a perspective of where she is and where she's landing. Now her second vault, she's going to do a full twist on and then a full twist off.
These events are similar to the transfer of horizontal to vertical of the long jump. But in addition, the gymnasts not only need the punch from the legs, they also need the punch from the arms.
That's right.
So
that's called repulsion, right? Here's her second vault. Full twist on, full twist off. Oh! Now, for that fall, that'll be a 5/10 deduction. And my guess is that they'll take her first vault. Her first vault was very good. Well, a chance to watch it again here. It's a very quick vault. It happens very fast. She's just a little bit short on the handspring part. There's the full twist and another full twist, and doesn't quite finish it, a little short, and has to sit down.
Here you get a good look at Penny Kunzman. Penny's a freshman from Addison Trail, so we started with a freshman in the vault, and we're going to end with one. As we wait for Wendy's score. Wendy, of course, from Oak Park River Forest, the Huskies, and competitor before from the Naperville North Huskies. So,
that's right.
Of course, we have the Hersey Huskies, so I guess it's a popular school name. And Wendy's score a 9.4.
This evening is from Addison Trail. She's Penny Kunzman.
Her first vault will be a full twist on, half twist off. We've seen this a couple times here. Full twist, half off. Nice job. Good vault. No steps, under control. She's excited. We'll have a chance to look at it again here. We'll watch her form. Leaves the board. There's that full twist. Touches the hands. Another half twist. Stands it up. Doesn't have quite as much height on the afterflight, but a very good vaulter.
Penny, of course, competing in her first meet, but tradition-rich Addison Trail group.
That's right. She doesn't appear to be very nervous. Looks real solid. For her second vault, she chose a half twist on and then a full twist off. Excuse me, a 1.5 twist off. We'll have a chance to look at that again. There's the half twist on and a 1.5 off. Little step for balance correction. She's pleased.
And there you have all the competitors for the vault. So the first event for the evening has been completed, but we are still waiting for Penny's score, which will complete the first round. Get a look at that nice smile. Addison Trail's the first team alphabetically, so she's the first competitor. Her score is a number 1, and her score is a 9.4. So it looks like Jennifer Redmond's score of a 9.7 is going to hold up. And we'll be back with the awards right after this. We're getting ready for our first awards presentation of the day. Let's take a look at Tom Howard, the principal of Palatine Fremd High School and the president of the Illinois High School Association's Board of Directors. He has a great time doing this. He's gotten to put that medal around a lot of his own gymnasts' neck because they were 3-time state champs. And of course, the sister school, Palatine High School, is defending state champion. They got to double check all the scores and make sure, because you sure wouldn't want to miss anyone at this point in the year.
That's right, and all the ties are ties.
We should mention, too, that if there's a tie, for instance, if there was a tie for second, then the next place awarded might be 4th or 5th, depending on the number of kids' ties.
That's right.
But if there's a tie for 5th, as we're probably going to have here, they all get that medal, and they're all very, very deserving. You mentioned that all the vaults are different, and the degree of difficulty is the same. It's a matter of the execution. And it's a matter of how you personally look at it. You know, judges are human, too. Each judge probably has a favorite or something they like to see. And I'm sure that carries over as they look at each vault, something they want to see a gymnast do.
That's why there's 4 judges there, so that you get 4 different people's perspective.
And one of the things they also do, they have a young lady that is not competing for tonight come and set the scores so they can practice before the event begins.
That's called a base score, and that's just so all judges are looking at the same thing, looking for the same thing.
And now we're ready to present those vaulting awards.
Here's the results of the vaulting competition. In 15th place, with a score of 8.9, Nikki Tater of Resurrection. In 14th place, with a score of 9.0, from Naperville North, ULLRICH. In 13th place, with a score of 9.3, from Office Space High School, Rico. In 12th place, with a score of 9.35, from Naperville North, HEYE. Then there's a 3-way tie for 9th place. All girls scored 9.4. Girls are Penny Kunzman from Addison Trail, Wendy ILLIAN from Oak Park River Forest, and Shannon Hayes of Rolling Meadows High School. There's a three-way tie for 6th place. The score is 9.45. The three girls are KIMI Roberts of Libertyville, Wendy of Wheeling High School, and Cindy GIROUX from Libertyville. There's a three-way tie for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. When I call your name, will you please come forward and take your place at the award stand? The score is 9.5. SHERYL KUROWSKI from Reservation High School. Also at 9.5 from Naperville Central, SUNNI STECK. And JODI from Senior High School. All finishing the tie for 3rd place.
What an honor.
Assisting the presenters this evening will be Mrs. Sandy Old, meet director, and Mrs. SHERYL, state final manager. In 2nd place with a score of 9.55 from Rich Central High School, Jill Raymond.
Got the sister act here tonight,
That's
Judy.
right.
And in 1st place with a score of 9.7, also from Rich Central High School, the 1989 vaulting champion, Jennifer Redmond.
The 3-time vaulting champion.
No stranger to that top spot.
Shakes hands with her sister. Tom Howard presenting her the Champion's Medal.
Ladies, will you please hold your places on the award stand for...
There you see the award winners. Let's take a look at the winning vault from Jennifer Redmond.
She did a layout Sukahara, and this is what champions are made of. Powerful, explosive, nice form, height and distance, 9.7.
There you get a look at Jennifer Redmond as she comes off the award stand, and we're getting ready for the uneven parallel bars, and we'll be back with that action right after this. You'll see her again on the Florex. You take a look at what she's going to look at. The judges for this event are the superior judge is Arlene Norris and Lynn Brigel-Paver, Rita Ayers, and Pamela Hamilton. You got to look at Diane, one of the nicest kids in the competition. Good smile. Di, just a sophomore. She chalks up. Sometimes I think they bathe in the stuff. They use so much of it.
Well, she spent quite a bit of time getting the bars actually prepped, too, chalking the bars. She's a very difficult routine. A lot of swinging movements, giants. You see a lot of exciting things here. A lot of fast movement between bars.
And a comb in each dismount.
Clear hip. These are giants. Looks good. Nice shoot. Performing very well. A little short. Now that'll be a 5/10 dismount. She'll probably take time to chalk up, mentally prepare to get up and finish her routine. Mr. Clear hip there.
Very difficult routine.
Just a little short on the clear hip there. It has to come down.
She'll come back up and prepare for her dismount. It's a very difficult one.
There, the timing's much better. And she does a comb in each. Nice job. Puts the hands down. A little rough finish there. It's tough being the first person up on an event.
It's really tough for tonight.
Disappointed.
She is. She's a great young lady, and she was the second. She was in second place coming in tonight, but of course those scores don't count. You got to do it tonight.
That's right. She gets the free hip. Fine. Puts her toes on the bar. Rides it up. Does a half turn in the back. Lands a little short. Puts her hands down.
Get a look at Tom Chapman, one of her coaches, one of the hardest working men in all of gymnastics. He coaches girls and boys, and he spends countless hours in the gym with the kids.
Well, their seasons have overlapped right now, so he is probably living in the gym.
He literally lives in the gym. As you take a look at our next competitor,
Vicki Borneman.
Right, from Palatine in the familiar gray and red, as we wait for Diane's score. Vicki, a senior. She gets ready. And of course, this is the first time that Palatine's been up on an event, so their first time to change their team score.
Right. They'll have 6 different competitors today, so they have an opportunity to change their score a little bit.
Oh, they and of course the Redmond sisters from Rich Central have plenty to say about what happens, and SHERYL KUROWSKI also for Resurrection. So it's going to be real interesting as we come down the finish. As you take a look at Vicki.
She had a 9-2 yesterday in the preliminaries.
Score for Diane SOJOODI.
Diane's score is going to be an 8.60.
8.6. Performing next from Palatine High School, Vicki Borneman.
Get a good look at Vicki. Certainly had a successful career, and her team certainly had a lot of fun over the last few years.
That's right.
She's been a big part of it.
Provided us with an awful lot of entertainment. Good entertainment. Solid performer, swinging giants, straddles through, counter, glide kip, toe on, looking good. She's moving quickly. Cast to a handstand and a layout. Layout flyaway. Clean set. When we talk about a clean set, there's no stops, there's no bobbles. Real good form, tight body position. A nice set. We'll pick it up about halfway through here. She keeps the flow going. Long hang kip. Front hip circle. Casts right to the handstand and a layout flyaway. Good body position.
Real important for the first participant from the team also to get a good hit.
That's right. Sets the tone for the rest of the meet.
What pressure. That's
really.
why you put a senior there.
That's right. Actually, these are random draws. They don't really have a choice at this point as to what their competitor order is. They are randomly drawn. And with luck of the draw, the seasoned competitor starts off for Palatine.
It's kind of an interesting thing because you could have the young lady who's the favorite or the one who had the highest score before and have to go up first, or any other position that you really don't have any choice. You've got to be prepared for anything. Get a good look there at Cindy Giroux from New Lenox Lincoln Way. Cindy, of course, did compete on the vault. And there's our score for Vicki Borneman, 9.40. Now that's significant. That's 2/10 better than last night, so that gives her team another 2/10. And that doesn't hurt when you're leading.
Makes it a little more tough for Rich Central to catch up.
Next up, from Lincoln Way High School, Cindy Giroux.
Starts with a glide kip, right through to a handstand. A little overbalance here. Whoa, couldn't quite bring it back. She'll remount. That's a 5/10 deduction. And she'll pick up with her routine where she left off. Free hip, to the leg jam, kip to high bar, casts right to a handstand, pirouettes over the top, counter swing, glide kip, another double leg, another long hang kick, casts again to a layout flyaway. Nice set. One of the things the judges look for is how quickly you move between bars, that you're showing handstands, things above the bars, things below the bar, a lot of activity. A little short on her free hip. Likes to try to go through handstand and those kind of things. The more tricks you can do through handstand, the better the routine is. There she casts to a handstand, pirouettes right over the top. There's a counter over the low bar, a long hang kip, again to a handstand, and then a layout flyaway. Nice solid finish.
Cindy Giroux from New Lenox Lincoln Way.
Now this next competitor that's going to be coming up has a real crucial war. Maren Schleisman from New Trier High School. And she's the only competitor, as you see her chalking up the bars, from New Trier. So she's the only person that can contribute to her team's score, and they're only 1/10 out of a trophy.
That's right. She had a 9-3 yesterday, so if she scores a 9-4,
they're tied. They're tied with the Resurrection. The Resurrection at this point hasn't improved their score, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. 8.7 for Cindy Giroux.
Competing next from New Trier High School, Maren Schleisman.
Get a look at Maren looking at those bars. New Trier did compete as a team, but Maren's the only person that's competing individually here today.
that's right. She has a very difficult routine. Eagle grip, a Jaeger, beautiful. It's a release move from high bar. It's been translated to unevens. Moving very quickly, nice. Good form. Right through the handstand and a layout flyway, very good set. It's a very clean set.
She looks thrilled. She's a senior, gets a big hug from her coach. She feels good. A lot of pressure, and the only one that has a chance to do anything about what's going to happen.
That's right. Oh, and I would say she accepted the challenge well.
Beautifully.
A chance to look at this routine again. Soul circle right into the eagle grip. Tough release move. Drops immediately to a drop kip. Soul, half. Long hang kip. Front hip circle, casts high. Free hip and layout flyway. Nice job. Good routine. Woo, I don't know.
Good flow. It's always fun to see.
I'm glad I'm not a judge, I tell you.
Oh, really? That is one of the most difficult things in the world.
I have the most tremendous amount of respect for them.
And there you see her score. Oh, and she does improve, 9.4. So that gives them, right now, they're in a dead heat with Resurrection High School. 9.4 for the senior from New Trier. That's what makes this so much fun.
That is. Well, it's all to Resurrection now. They have a couple more opportunities to try and break that tie. New Trier's going to have to sit back. They've certainly done all they could. And see what happens from here.
There you get a good look at Jennifer Redmond, the vault champion, preparing on the unevens.
Very strong, solid performer on the unevens also. Pops all those right straight through to a real solid handstand. Long hang kip. Nice recovery. Pirouettes over the top and layout flyway. Good set.
Jennifer looks a little relieved there. She's going to be competing on all 4 events, so she's going to be a busy girl this evening.
That's right. A chance to watch it again. Starts off with a kip. Casts right to a handstand, does a free hip. Double leg jam. Long hang. Straddle. Nice moves. Dislocates. Kip to high. Cast hand. Pirouettes over the top. And ends with a layout flyaway. A couple little form breaks there. They'll have a couple little deductions. But she keeps moving very well. Should be a very good score.
Stretching out a little bit. Here we're going to get the score for Jennifer, a 9.30. So that's the same as she did yesterday. So that will not change the team score. That's certainly looking very good right now in the individual competition.
Currently puts her
second. That's correct. It puts her in third because we have a tie for first with Vicki Borneman and Maren Schleisman. As you take a good look at Sheila McGrath, the junior from Fremd High School in Palatine. There's Larry Petrillo talking to the judge. Sheila, a first-year competitor for Palatine Fremd.
One thing I think you'll notice immediately is that she's a taller gymnast and just beautiful lines. It gives the event a whole different look. She has a very tough routine coming up here, too.
The crowd really enjoys it. It's very different than many of the other routines.
We'll see a few,
fun to watch.
A few little exciting things happen here.
is a difficult mount. She jumps to a handstand. Then does Stalter work. Those are very difficult. And there's a peach. Kips to high bar. Sole half. Get ready for this here. Long hang. Nice move. And do a flyaway.
Oh,
nice routine.
Her long
Nice
lines
and
look
clean.
so different than a smaller
They
gymnast on
do.
the bars. Oh, look at that smile.
Good set, nice and solid, and the difficulty is truly there. She does some very tough things. Starts off, jumps to a handstand, goes right into a Stalter. Kips to high. Oh, she doesn't. Peaches comes in there first, sorry. Straddle cut catch. Kip to high. Sole half. Long hang, double leg jam. Keeps it moving all the way through. Nice layout flyaway.
Oh, look at her face. Oh.
Well, I'm impressed. Her first trip to the state finals, she did a beautiful job.
Sheila McGrath, and the score to beat's a 9.4. We're going to have a crowd at the top
That's
right now.
three of them there now.
We get a three-way tie for first right now as you take a look at SHERYL KUROWSKI preparing for her bar routine, and she led coming in. Let's see what happens tonight. She has a very exciting routine.
SHERYL KUROWSKI.
There's some Resurrection High School, and again, everything helps her team as
That's
well.
right.
And right now, New Trier is pulled into a tie, so this means a lot. 9.6 yesterday, so she'd have to improve on that as far as team, but she just has to beat a 9.4 at this point for individual honors. She's certainly capable of that.
She has one of the most solid bar sets I've seen.
I've seen her pull out moves just with her great strength that
right.
no other gymnast really could here.
I have a chance to watch this here. Effortless. Right through the handstand each time. That's significant. Front with a hat pull.
Oh!
I tell you,
We've probably just seen the high score at this
I
point.
can't imagine. I mean, forearm breaks. I didn't see a forearm break.
What a great routine. Oh!
Woo! This is definitely worth watching again. Every move is solid. Everything passes through handstand. That's the things the judges are looking for. Starts off, does a glide kip over the low bar, pops it right up to a handstand, pirouettes over the top immediately. Drops to a handstand. Back up on top on these clear hips. Incredible routine. Cast to a handstand, toe on. Beautiful, beautiful. Swinging giants, toe on, front with a half off. Beautiful. Woo!
This might even be interesting. The state record is held by Eva Gordon, last year's champ from Niles North, with a 9.7, and certainly Cheryl's routine is worth
In
that.
the ballpark. She's in the ballpark.
So she, there it is.
Woo!
9.70 for SHERYL KUROWSKI, which gives her a tie for the state record. And a big luck for her coach.
Oh, fantastic.
Sue Fosco with a happy gymnast, SHERYL KUROWSKI. That's certainly the score to beat.
Well, and the other big news is that just put them back into third place.
That's right.
She improved her score over yesterday, a 1/10 of a point, and that now takes them out of that deadlock tie with New Trier. So they're back in sole possession of third place, and New Trier can't do anything about it.
Here you get a look at Jodi Forsberg following up that great routine from SHERYL KUROWSKI, and Jodi, the junior from Palatine, the third all-arounder, third place all-arounder in this year's competition. So she's a fine competitor.
Here's a straddle mount. Swinging giants. Looking good. Counters. Glide kip. Toe on, catch high, half turn. Kip to high. Sole half. Another clear hip. And a full twisting flyaway. A new little dimension there to the dismount. That flyaway is a common dismount. Adding the full twist just increases that difficulty. Again, another very solid set.
Sets you apart from other gymnasts when you do something a little bit different.
And here's her mount. Good look at there. She vaults over the low bar. That's a straddle mount. Catches the high bar. Good form. Legs are together, tight. All of her moves pass through handstand. Knows right where she's going. Good control. Very good leg form. Nice tight legs. A real solid performance. Excellent job.
Well, of course, the first place score is a 9.7, and the second place scores with a big tie is a 9.4.
A lot of space.
A lot of space in there, and Jodi'd like to put herself in the middle there somewhere.
That's true.
Of course, her team points count also. Jodi's got quite a history. Jodi was a runner her freshman year and progressed from that point on to being a top-flight gymnast. And we're taking a look at her score at a 9.55. So Jodi gets herself, at this point, second place. Jodi Forsberg of Palatine, and the team goes crazy, and that's a .2.
Another 2/10. Well, 4/10 from yesterday. They are having an excellent finals meet here.
Well, they certainly should be familiar with the equipment since it's all theirs.
That's right. Well, let's see if Rich Central can respond to the challenge here by Palatine. They're still in that race to try and overcome and take the championship for team-wise.
Well, Jill gets a chance right now. That's right. Younger sister Jill, a sophomore.
Swinging giants here. Counter. Toe on, front off, stand.
Oh,
nice. Good stick on the dismount. Woo!
Another exciting dismount.
Another very solid routine.
There's Mrs. Redmond.
A chance to look at this again. Kip to high bar, goes right to a handstand, pirouettes over the top. A couple of giants. And then reverses, straddles over the low bar. The glide kip, switch kip, and then right to an uprise. Free hip. Double leg jam. Kip to high, and then her toe on, front off dismount. Oh, that's a blind dismount. She does it so well. I mean, she's completed the turn and still has time to spot the wall on the ground.
We're going to get Jill's score. We're waiting right there. 9.50. So she improves a 10th. So she gets a 10th back from Jodi Forsberg, the competitor before. 9.50.
I believe that puts her in third, right?
You're right, Judy. As you take a look at KIMI Roberts, the senior from Libertyville. Nice routine by Jill Redmond.
See her chalking up there. She also uses grips.
The young men that are helping with the bars and all the other events, we should pay notice to them. That's the Palatine boys team who are here every year making sure that everything runs smoothly. And you can't run a meet without the people that need to set things up, take things down, and move them around, because nobody does the same thing.
It certainly takes a lot of people. And Palatine, they must have an unbelievable source of volunteers, because every time you turn around, there's another volunteer. We certainly do appreciate all their help.
Well, a lot of people from other schools love to come. They love to be a part, and however they want to donate their time, there's always a place for you.
That's right.
Because there's a lot to be done. People don't realize what it takes to put on a state meet, just the logistics of the whole thing.
Now, KIMI uses a board mount here, too. She will use a straddle over the low bar, catch high. We've seen this mount before. Right into a long hang. Free hip. And giants. Counter, straddle back. Right to soul circle. Drop kip, switch kip. A clean set. And another toe on, front off. Very clean. A lot of common moves there. Moves very quickly from one bar to the other. Above the bar, below the bar. Giants. Chance to look at it again right from the mount. Front hip circles. Cast right into the free hip. And a couple of giants. Soul circle. Catch high. Drop kip. Switch kip. Long hang. Front hip circle. And then her dismount. Toe on. Front off. With a little hop there to get the balance.
KIMI Roberts from Libertyville.
A senior.
Gives a little encouragement to her teammate there. We're getting ready for Jenny Jacopin from Barrington High School, the first competitor for Barrington. Jenny, a very fine gymnast. We're going to see her on the balance beam as well. As you see, the score for KIMI Roberts is a 9.30, 9.35. Snuck that little 500s in there on me.
Well, that improves their team total.
Here you see Jenny Jacopin chalking up. Jenny is an outstanding gymnast. Unfortunately, a back injury has kept her from competing on vault and floor, but she's certainly done a great job with the two events that she's here. She's qualified for the finals in both.
That's right.
She's a junior.
She was a finalist last year in this event. That same mount again, straddle over, kip to high, handstand, giants. Half turn, there's a nice little twist there. Soul circle, long hang. Whoa, nice recovery there on the dismount. Her toe on front with a half. A couple little problems there, but was able to correct them in midair. Amazing how you can correct anything in midair. Chance to watch it again. Free hip, giants, looking good. I like this move here. Half turn, drop. Double leg jam to the high bar there. Chance to watch her dismount here. She corrects wonderfully well in midair. Had a little problem getting the half twist in there. Nice routine.
And the score for Jenny Jacopin, 9.30.
Score for Jenny Jacopin, 9.3.
Our next competitor, you're getting a look at her there. She measures out the board, is Jodi Reese. Glad to see Jodi because, of course, she was the young lady who had the problem with the ankle on the vault, and it's really great to see her out here.
Well, it's taped.
But hopefully, she's here.
Hopefully it's given her enough support. We'll see if it has any effect on her dismount. She's limping, noticeably, so we'll have to see. I know one of the things she was hoping to be able to do today was a double back flyaway, so I'm not sure with the ankle where it's at. We may see a different dismount from her.
Jodi from STREAMWOOD High School, representing her team in school here.
Next from STREAMWOOD High School is Jodi Reese.
She's definitely favoring.
Say, these kids go through all kinds of nagging things throughout the year, but it's a little more than that. This is fresh injury.
That's right.
Just trying to see how her run goes. Well, this is her last event for the year, so.
That's right.
She doesn't compete on beam or floor this evening.
Kip to high, cal hop. Swinging giants, looking real solid. And she does the double back. Double back flyaway.
You see her noticeably limping off, but she went for the double.
Chance to watch it again here. Right to handstand. Tough move. Counters. Long hang. Cast immediately to handstand. Giant. And her dismount. The double back. Whoa, a little short. Just couldn't quite pull it off.
Well, the score to beat right now is a 9.7, of course, by SHERYL KUROWSKI, which is an unbelievably outstanding score. And the next competitor up is one of the best gymnasts in the meet, Amy Kovacs, a senior from Elgin Larkin High School, as we wait for Jodi's score. Larkin and Streamwood neighbors out there, and their score is a 9.35.
Score for Jodi Reeves.
We get a look at Amy Kovacs.
Next up from
Really a fun gymnast. She's also competing all around and is qualified in several of the events, and she's a lot of fun to watch. A very powerful gymnast also.
That's right. Returning finalist, finished 6th in this event last year. Kip catch high, right into a drop kip. And the glide. Through to handstand. Giant. Counter. And a Komen each. Nice dismount.
DIANE.
Nice routine.
First one we've seen since SUJOODI's coming.
That's right.
Of course, named after Nadia Comaneci, the famous Romanian gymnast, and made that move famous.
That's right. A chance to watch this again. Kip catch high, drop kip, switch kip, double leg jam, catch high. A free hip, and then right into giant. And a counter, and a stalter up. Long hang, and her dismount, a Komen each. Nice job.
Amy Kovacs, and her coach loves it too. And we're getting ready for the last competitor as we wait for Amy's score, and that's going to be Amy Zeitz of Glenbrook North. And Amy's score a 9.40. It's really nice for her. That's a 2/10 improvement over yesterday, so she's got to feel good about that.
That's right. Well, I tell you, if you could improve every time you went out there over your last performance, wouldn't we all be wonderful?
I think that's so much of gymnastics. Every coach you hear talking about, hey, each meet got better. 10th here, 10th there. And when you hit that 140, you start figuring it's state tournament time.
That's right. Here we have the freshman. Oh, a little short. Timing was off just a little bit. So much of free hips, it's strictly a timing move, and you want to pass through handstand. She's just a little bit off. She will remount. That will be a 5/10 deduction for that fall. Straddle back, double leg jam, a long hang kip, and a layout flyaway. I'm a little disappointed, but you know, for your first trip to the state meet, she'll be back. We'll have a chance to pick up from our remount here. Straddle back, glide double leg jam, catch the high bar with a long hang kip, and a layout flyaway.
As we await
Nice
Sheila
job.
McGrath, so now she's a little bit disappointed, but she shouldn't be. I tell you what, if you're a freshman, you make it to the finals. That's a dream. Amy Zeitz from Glenbrook North. And boy, Judy, we've had an exciting uneven parallel bars. Eva Gordon's routine last year thrilled the crowd, and boy, SHERYL KUROWSKI just came back and said, hey, gymnastics gets better every year. Amy Zeitz' score? 8.70. So it appears that our winner is going to be SHERYL KUROWSKI with a new state record, tying it, of 9.7. And we're going to be back with the awards right after this. Now we're going to go right to the uneven bars.
Score from HERSEY High School, DIANE SOJOODI. There's a 12th place tie at 8-7 between Cindy Giroux from Lincoln Way and Amy Zeitz from Glenbrook North. There's a 10th place tie at 9-3 between Jenny now presenting the medal winners. Presenting the awards in the uneven parallel bars is Mrs. Lynn St. James, the principal of King High School, Chicago, Illinois, a member of the Board of Directors of the Illinois High School Association. There is a four-way tie for fourth place. The score is 9-4. The girls are Vicki Borneman of Palatine High School, Taylor Schleesman of New Trier, Sheila Graff of Brim, and Amy Kovacs of Elgin Larkin. Would you girls please come forward, taking your place at the awards stage.
Boy, they are excited. Woo!
Your four-way tie for fourth, and the lady putting on the awards is the first female representative on the Illinois High School Association's Board of Directors. Appropriate that she be here at the Girls State Gymnastics meet.
That's right.
Being handed the medals by meet manager Sherry Wilcox, who does all the work beforehand.
This could be her easiest job.
Most pleasurable for sure.
Definitely that.
See Jill Redmond. Score a 9.5 on this event.
Only a sophomore.
In second place with a score of 9.55 points from Palatine High School, Jodi Forsberg.
Jodi, just a junior. So again, all of these girls are going to be back next year, except for they're all going to be back, except for Amy Kovacs.
1989 uneven parallel bar state champion is SHERYL KUROWSKI.
There's your champion with the tying the state record of a 9.7 and a great set. Congratulating each of the other competitors. SHERYL KUROWSKI, Resurrection High School.
That's her first state championship, isn't it? She's been a medalist before, but
Presenting the 1989 Illinois State uneven parallel bar medalists.
Let's take a look at the championship routine by SHERYL KUROWSKI.
again, I would say the most striking thing of this routine is just the power and the form, and it just flows. We're just going to watch.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a 15-minute break. There is a concession stand available. But
solid from front to back. Championship performance.
She knew it.
Will not be readmitted unless they have a full ticket of admission for the session. All fans are urged to remain in the building between events if they desire to see the remainder of the activity.
Here you see Sheryl. We'll be back with the balance beam right after this. Back at Palatine High School, and we're halfway through the meet. As you see, Amy Kovacs from Elgin Larkin, the senior, come up to compete in the balance beam. The judges for this event are Superior Judge Priscilla Gilroy, Arlene Norris, Rita Ayers, and Vicki Munch. Amy having a good meet. She's medaled so far in both events.
Beam is always so tough. She begins with a real strength move here. Press handstand. And you think they're doing all these moves on 4 inches, 4 feet off the ground. They look so at home up there. Tough combination here. Flip-flop, layout, step out. Excellent. Full turn, a required move. Oftentimes a real tough one. Showing some dance moves. Split jump. Another jump.
setting up for a standing back here, back aerial. Stands it up, nice. Very difficult moves she's throwing here. Preparing for a dismount. Cartwheel, back with a full. Clean set, no falls. Nice way to start off. It's got to be tough being number one. We've said that before.
Not only that, but Amy had the highest score yesterday, and it didn't mean anything, and she had to do it again. Very tough routine.
We'll pick her up here in the middle of her routine. Setting up for a standing back. Takes it up, lands it. Nice job. Getting ready for a dismount. Cartwheel, and then a full twisting back. Nice job. Nice finish.
The team scores are usually made or broken in dual meets and invitationals on the beam, and right now it's Amy's personal individual score right now that she's concerned about, hoping his hands clasped as her coach.
Well, all these beam competitors deserve a lot of credit. They had to stick in the regionals. They had to stick in the sectionals. They had to do well yesterday, and here they are again today. So we're looking at people that are able to put 4 beam routines together. That's very difficult.
It is. It's so tough, Judy. You make a good mention. You really can't fall off the beam and be here.
No,
you had to have stuck your routine, and they're all difficult.
That's correct.
Score for you, GIROUX. 9.25.
Amy score a 9.25.
Next up from Naperville North, Stacy Rollins.
Naperville North, also a team competitor here, so Stacy has an opportunity to improve on her score of 9.2 from yesterday.
She's a senior.
Jump on mount. Oh, nice little straddle leap. Setting up for flip-flops. There's 2 of them, continuous, nice and solid, very solid. Balance move, handstand, and then a pirouette, half pirouette. Low work. There's a one-arm Valdez. Full turn. Oh, nice. Setting up. Nice surge tag. She has 10 seconds to dismount. Setting up. And that's a Rudy. So 1.5 twists.
She's
Nice
very
job.
pleased.
Solid.
You know, a lot of people,
flip-flops.
and a lot of people don't realize how difficult those turns are on the beam.
Oh, full turn causes more people more difficulty. She moves very well with confidence, quickly, stays right over the beam, stays on the balls of her feet. Sets up for a dismount, 1.5 twists. Nice job. There's a front with 1.5.
Stacy Rollins from Naperville North, and a big hug from her coach, Brad Farrick. You're talking about those turns, Judy, and the spotting. When we're talking about spotting, we're talking about their eyesight, where they're spotting to hold it.
The beam is about 16 feet long, so lots of times they'll look at the end of the beam, but oftentimes they'll look for a spot on the wall or some reference point so they know where they are in relationship to everything else.
Just try a turn on your own on a line in your house sometime and see if you can stay.
I've fallen off.
It's about 4 feet off the floor, too, so it's a good throw when you go. Waiting for the score for Stacy as we look at Jennifer Redmond. 9.25 for Stacy Rollins. So now we've got a 2-way tie for first at this point. That's an improvement for her of 0.05, though, for her team score. So that helps the Huskies.
Preliminary score of 9.20. So Naperville North's new total is 140.30. Unlrich Central High School is Jennifer Redmond.
Jennifer's getting ready here. Our all-around champion. Nice recovery. Straddle jumps, very difficult. Very high switch leap. Cartwheel. Pike jumps. Gets a lot of amplitude, a lot of height off the beam when she moves. Handstand. There's her low beam work. She's got a real tough combination coming up here. Round off. And a standing back. She's setting up for a dismount. Cartwheel and a layout back. Nice set. She really finishes strong. She's got a lot of tumbling right there. In the beginning of her routine has a lot of dance movements, a lot of jumps and leaps, and then finishes up real hard with all of her power tumbling. There's a round off. Very difficult to do a round off on the beam. And then into a standing back. And sets up for her dismount. She's a cartwheel and a nice, beautiful layout back. Solid landing, no steps.
Jennifer Redmond from Rich Central. And of course, she's also looking to improve on her score for the team standings as well. But at this point, Palatine's got a pretty tough lead of 1.25 over Rich Central. Their current score we have unofficially is 147.75.
Boy, that's a real nice team score, isn't it?
Sure is.
Score for Jennifer Redmond, 9.05.
9.05 for Jennifer Redmond, so that won't help her team score, but puts her into second place right now as you look at Beth Wohlschlager from Oak Park River Forest.
One-arm walkovers. Front walkovers are another blind move, and she does them one-handed, 2 of them in a row. She's got a leap series here. And a jump. Full turn. There's that tough full turn. Showing dance moves, another requirement. And jumps. Setting up for flip-flops. Taking a little pause in between. Nice and solid into a front handspring. Another blind move. Low beam work. Nice pose. Getting ready for dismount. Front with a full.
So nice to see a senior get a chance to compete in the finals, and that's her only event of the evening, and what a nice job by Beth Wohlschlager.
Her routine is different because she likes going forward. I mean, her front walkovers, front handspring, and a front dismount. There's a front handspring right there. Those are very difficult moves on beam because you cannot see the beam while you're doing them. And she's done all of those very well. A nice pose.
Some dance influence there with Beth. You see a lot of poses and extension that are a little bit different.
A lot of original things in there, which a refreshing change for both the judges and for the audience to see. There's her front with a full.
There's Beth going after her coach, a very happy young lady, both of them.
Yes, Coach Kathy KARISSA there, Oak Park River Forest.
Scores for Beth Wohlschlager, 9.05.
And Beth goes into a tie with Jennifer Redmond for third, 9.05. Get a look at the judges there. And Letitia Dennis, the next gymnast up, the sophomore at Addison Trail. Kind of a fun thing. Her dad's the coach.
That's right. I'm not sure if that would be tough or not. I'm not. Step on mount.
Source of a lot of pride. I know that for both of them.
Switch leap. There's a round off right into a flip-flop. Nice combination. No pause, no break. And real solid. Split jump. It's a control move. Handstand shows very good balance and strength. Setting up for an aerial cartwheel. Nice and solid. She's moving exceptionally well. It's required full turn. And she'll be getting ready for a dismount here. Round off fold. Beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful routine. She's happy.
There's dad and daughter. What a great routine. Letitia Dennis from Addison Trail. That's Fred Dennis.
Have a chance to watch her again here from that aerial cartwheel. Very steady, right over the beam, right where it needs to be. Not even a bobble wobble. Full turn. She moves very, a lot of fluid movements there. Never stops. Nothing, no major pauses. And a round off and a full twisting dismount. A little low on the dismount. No problem. She handled it very well.
That's a great shot and a great story. Addison Trail was the first state champion, actually. Not the first, but they had 4 in a row. And Fred became the coach in 1979, and he coached 3 of those championships. So no stranger to this arena, but it's fun to have your daughter.
It has to be.
9.35.
And there's our leader, 9.35 for Letitia Dennis. The next competitor, Jenny Jacopin, a junior from Barrington High School.
Starts with a tough mount here. No board. And she's going to do a press handstand. From there, she'll press up into a handstand. Little problem with it. Recovered well. These are leap series. 2 leaps in a row. Setting up for flip-flops, consecutive flip-flops, nice. A little recovery there for balance. A couple of jumps, a pike jump, 2 of them. Some dance moves. Standing back, nice and solid. And a second one. Working real well here. Just getting ready for a dismount here. A round off and a layout back. Well, we have seen some excellent beam routines here.
Gets a hug from her teammate Stacy Yamaguchi, who competed in the prelims in the balance beam.
Pick her up with her standing backs. That's her second one. Wasn't quite as solid as the first, but still not a major fall or a major bobble. Balance. And gets ready for a dismount here. A round off and a layout back.
Jenny Jacopin of Barrington High School. She's also a very good hurdler in track.
Finished third on this event last year.
9.25.
9.25 for Jenny. So that difficulty paid off for her. Though she had a little difficulty with the mount. She's in a tie for second. Our leader is Letitia Dennis as you take a look at Vicki Borneman and her coach Sandy Oldham. Vicki from host Palatine and the only senior on this defending state championship team and leading right now. Only 10 competitors in balance beam, unlike the other events where we had some ties. Gives you an idea how difficult it is.
That's right. She begins with a press hand and drops. Kind of cartwheels out. I've always liked that move. Single leg cuts. Flip flop. Straddle jump. Notice how she's on her toes. That's difficult, but that's where the event is to be done. All the work should be done on the toes. Back walkover, right into a flip-flop. Nice combination. Very solid. Switch leap. And a jump. It's moving very well. Full turn. Setting up for a dismount. Cartwheel, layout back. Very solid.
Vicki Borneman, a very happy young lady. That was a very
happy
nice
senior woman. Have a chance to pick it up here partway through. Back walkover right into a flip-flop. Nice and solid, not even a wobble. Nice high leaps, jumps. Allowing her personality to come through a little bit there.
9.45.
Nice job. Excellent finish.
And the score for Vicki Borneman, 9.45. So we have a new leader. The next competitor is going to be Christy Ekadal, a freshman from Fremd High School.
147.90.
I kind of got tickled on that. Sandy Oldham, her coach, has been known to leave the gym during the beam. That's right. But she stuck right there to watch this one. Maybe she should stay more often the way she performed.
Press handstand. Straddle down. Takes a lot of control to do that. And a Valdez. Jumps. Solid right over the beam. Notice her arms continually move. It's a flip-flop. Sets up for the second one. Full turn and a half, turn and a quarter really. Leaps, jumps. Aerial cartwheel, nice and solid. And cartwheel, full twisting. Oh! This is by far the best beam competition I have ever seen state meet. We have had all perfect routines so far.
Christy Ekadal The freshman from Brent just nailed her routine. And look at that team response.
A lot of poise for a freshman. There's her aerial cartwheel right over the beam, nice and solid. Now she's cooking. Displays an awful lot of confidence up there for a freshman. Full twisting dismount. She's happy.
Oh, you bet. Could be real interesting. The Palatine school is doing very well here on the beam. And another Palatine young lady, this time from Palatine High School, getting ready to see Christy leaving, waiting for that score. Should be a pretty good one. She really hit it well. It's a question of what the judges saw as difficulty and
how well they thought she did what she did. The execution.
9.40 off Christy Ekadal.
9.40, which is the improvement.
So that puts her in second place. A great showing for the freshman.
142.15.
Our next competitor, Jodi Forsberg. We should mention, too, that Christy's score gives 0.2 extra to Frem's team score.
Back hip circle. Half pirouette. Unique move coming up here. A dive forward roll. Flip flop, nice and solid. And the full turn. Ooh. Kick to a handstand, swing down right into a back extension. Nice combination. Tuck jumps. Moving very well. Our dismount, round off, full twisting, back somersault.
When you talk about responding under pressure, these kids are nailing things. That is so tough. Everybody in the gym holding their breath while somebody works on 4 inches. Jodi Forsberg, the junior, does it well.
I like this combination. Straddle down right into the back extension roll.
Very innovative routine.
Yes. Dive forward roll is unique. She's got a lot of unique things in there, along with the difficulty of the flip-flops, and then a full twisting dismount in combination with the round off, which is very difficult. And it's a very nice routine.
I don't envy the judges' jobs in these kinds of things. Everybody's staying on this thing.
That's right. That's the name of the game.
And that's what you want to see. You really do.
Yes.
We can't emphasize how difficult it is. We mentioned before about those turns. How difficult. You notice that many of the competitors, you see all these very difficult tumbling moves, and it's the turns that often give the most difficulty.
And the interesting thing about the full turn, it's a 1/10 requirement. Yet if you fall, it's a 5/10 deduction.
Somehow that doesn't seem fair, Judy.
I hear you.
I might take it out and take my chances with the 4/10 I got left.
It's been done more than once. But that's an event requirement.
Score to 148 even. The final competitor in the balance beam from Acid Trail, Penny KUNSMAN.
She's moving very well here. Taller, nicer, different lines. Being tall.
Penny
a one-arm gainer, flip-flop. And another one. It's kind of a unique move, something we haven't seen.
She's a freshman from Madison Trail. And our last competitor on the beam this evening.
Moving very well. Nice leap, little bobble there, nice recovery.
Nice low beam work. Very flexible. Aerial cartwheel. Stayed on. Setting up for her dismount here. Round off, full twist.
Penny Kunzman from Madison Trail, the last competitor, and again a freshman. Judy, that's unbelievable. We've had 3 freshmen finish up the 3 events so far.
That's right.
What a nice job.
We also went 10 for 10 on stick routines. No falls. I'm not sure that's ever happened. Finals beam competition without a fall from anyone.
I was afraid to say anything about it for fear they would fall.
That's right. But that just lets you know how much they came up to the level of the competition here.
There you see as Penny Kunzman waits.
She's excited. Her score should be coming up here soon. That's got to be the worst part, just waiting for the score.
It's 9.3.
And there's her score, a 9.3.
9.3 for Penny Kunzman.
In this competition for balance.
Jody Forsberg's score before was a 9.4, so that finishes the beam competition, and we'll be right back after this. Sheryl KUROWSKI of Resurrection High School, the first competitor on the floor exercise.
Getting ready for her first tumbling pass here. We can expect to see a double full in it. Round off, flip up, double full. Nice job.
Sheryl's a great tumbler.
Power tumbler. Music is very appropriate. There's a front, through to a full. Nice job. Dance move. Aerial walkover into the corner. Getting ready for her last pass here. Alternates and a layout step out.
Sheryl KUROWSKI from Resurrection High School finishes the night, and a great finish too. The judges looking to score that are head coach Lynn Brigel-Paver, superior judge Judy Matz, Elizabeth Gray, and Pamela Hamilton.
A chance to watch her last pass there. Alternate through to a layout step out, and her finish. I think this is really my favorite event.
I think most of the fans feel that way,
Yeah,
really.
I think so.
It's just so enjoyable, and there's something for everybody. And like you mentioned before, Judy, they have such a chance to show their personality in this event.
That's it. You take the music, you've got a combination of dance and power tumbling, and you can put it together any way you want. Working on a large floor mat, about 40 by 40, and put the whole combinations all together with about 2 or 3 tumbling runs. Occasionally you'll see a 4th run in there, but it's just a real performance. It really is a performance.
Well, and it's so much fun for everybody. You know, you see so many different things or perform so differently, and the combinations are so diverse. Scores for Sheryl, as we're taking a look, her teammate was injured yesterday. She's got red and white crutches decorations on her. That's her, like Cheryl's pants. Sheryl always wears those barber pole pants.
Slight.
We just had a little accident with the score. The score just fell over. Might be so good it knocked itself right off the...
No wounded. We survived.
Just Mr. Hernandez and Hillary Carlson help out there. A 9.40 to start the competition for SHERYL KUROWSKI. It's been a very tight competition. This tends to be a higher scored event, and everybody tends to be more grouped. As you take a look at Jill Redmond, the sophomore from Rich Central.
We'll have a chance to really look at the power tumbler that she is. She's explosive, she twists well, and she has a lot of height in her tumbling.
A real crowd favorite.
Yes. Expect to see a double full in this pass. A little short. Round off an Arabian into a pike back. Tempo change, music change. Real solid pirouettes.
To the music of West Side Story.
Flip flop, a whip back in the middle, through to a full. Nice job. Layout step out, one of my favorite moves. Nice routine.
Jill Redmond, sophomore from Rich Central.
Finished in 6th place on this event last year. Looking to, no doubt, equal or better that. Good chance to watch her tumbling run here.
No, she'd like
the
to
last pass with the whip back in there. Cartwheel back, layout step out. Very strong. She makes it look so effortless.
Tired young lady.
Really.
It's a tough 2 days, especially when you compete in as many events as Jill does. Or gets a welcome from her teammates. There you get a look at Jill as she waits her score. Here's a smile.
Score for Jill Redmond, 9.35.
Jill's score a 9.35. That currently puts her in 2nd place. And the next competitor is Wendy Lehuchik. One of the most popular gymnasts around. She's a sophomore from Wheeling High School.
I've seen a lot of her today. Very unique starting position here. She'll press right up into a handstand. Very unique beginning. Big music for a little girl. Works very well. Getting ready for her first tumbling pass. We expect to see a double full here. Yes. And right through. Double twisting, flip-flop, very tough. There's a front, step out, through to a layout. They're ready to do another tumbling pass. Round off full twisting flip-flop. Tumbling. Dynamic.
Great smile. Wendy Lehuchik performing for the crowd.
It always impresses me that people can come to this meet for the first time and do so well.
Get some big hugs. And Rich Central coming up to give her some hugs so she feels good.
A chance to watch her again in action. Full twisting flip-flop. Very expressive, a lot of dynamics. Change of head position, sight lines. And here's her last pass. Round off flip-flop, and then a full. And her ending.
Great smile. A lot of kids they're concentrating so hard that they're just not able to smile to the people, and Wendy's very, very expressive on the floor. Here's our coach Craig Emile giving her a big hug, and we're waiting for the score. She's smiling.
Score for Wendy LeHuchek, 9.5.
So Wendy's our new leader with a 9.50. Wendy LeHuchek from Wheeling. What a big smile.
Next up from Libertyville High School, KIMI Roberts.
Coming up, one of the most unusual routines in the competition. KIMI Roberts, the senior from Libertyville.
Very dynamic, just very expressive. It's a show. Now, she's capable of doing a double back. I'm not sure if she'll do that in this first pass or not.
She has an ice skating background. Let's enjoy.
Yes! Oh, she fell. First double back of the meet. Powerful tumble, beautiful layout step out. Very expressive routine here. I really enjoy watching it. Getting ready for her last tumbling pass. Full twisting. Excellent routine. Just a beautiful dancer. She moves so well on the floor.
Beautifully choreographed. You can really see so many extra touches that KIMI has in her routine.
And she knows her music so well.
Oh.
She expresses it beautifully. A chance here to look at her last pass. On a flip-flop and a layout. Well, with the exception of that problem she had in her first pass on her double back, which is such a tough move anyhow.
Ooh. I've not seen that competed here in Illinois in the championships.
No, I have not either.
Oh,
That
so
was a first.
she brought a lot.
Over-rotated it. I mean, it wasn't like she was short. She over-rotated
That's the amazing thing. It wasn't like it was short. She had plenty of height and
that's
rotation.
right.
Just couldn't come down quickly enough. It's a nice problem to have.
Really.
Be interesting to see what that costs her, because the attempt was wonderful, and I think it's great for gymnastics. And what a beautiful gymnast. A senior, that's her last competition as a high school gymnast here in Illinois. And KIMI Roberts goes out beautifully. Look at that smile. She's always saying, hey, I had to go for it.
That's right.
You don't hold anything back tonight. Coach Kurt Austin waiting for those scores.
Score for KIMI Roberts,
I really love that routine.
9.10.
I scored it a 9.10.
Excellent. With the 5/10 deduction for her fall, it was a very solid routine.
Ooh.
They were impressed.
Patrice Sikora from Tinley Park Andrew, a senior. So nice to see those seniors compete in the finals. It's their only event of the night.
Was a finalist last year? No, qualifier last year. ready for a first pass. Should see a double full. Solid. Little ran out of it. Nice and tight. Flip-flop, an Arabian, through to a layout step out. Jump to a handstand, nice move. Right into the pirouette. With a full, looking real good. Another wonderful routine.
Patrice Sikora from Tinley Park Andrew High School. Senior making her last high school appearance.
Those are really special for the kids too because they have such memories.
You're invited to remain seated following the prayer exercise event for the presentation of team medallions and team trophies. They will be presented.
Had a chance to watch her here again.
Competitors, coaches, and schools involved.
Full turn. Nice job.
Remain seated to share the presentations to this year's team winners and the crowning of 1989's state champions.
You know, Judy, I'm really glad we had a bunch of ties on FloorX so that everybody gets to see more routines because they're so much fun to watch.
More of my favorite.
Getting a little talking to the coach, discussing probably what they think will happen, and who knows.
Shirley Morehouse from Tinley Park.
She's done everything that she can do.
Score for Patrice Sikora, 9.35.
A fine score, 9.35 for Patrice Sikora. Puts her in third place right now in a tie with Jill Redmond. As we see Sunny Steck from Naperville Central come up, a sophomore.
She finished 4th last year. Very impressive as a freshman. Came back again this year. Again, very solid. Strong power tumbler. Moves very well on the floor. Here goes her first tumbling pass. Beautiful, nice high double full. Dive roll. Nice height. Everything she does, well off the floor. Getting ready for a second pass. An Arabian. And another Arabian. Nice tumbling pass, good combination. Beautiful leaps, nice height. Getting ready for her last pass here. Flip flop, and full. Back-to-back superiors in her last pass. A nice routine, very solid.
I like the way it really flowed with the music, particularly at the end there. Very nicely done, very well choreographed.
Very good interpretation, I would say.
Sunny Steck from Naperville Central.
Just a sophomore. Have a chance to watch her again. I like this move, all this in the corner here. Just nice combinations. Unique things, floor work. Stays on her toes, moving very quickly, and setting up for her last pass. Round off, 2 flip-flops, and then a full.
Score for Sunny Steck.
Very good expression.
And the judges liked it too, Judy, because she's now tied for the lead with Wendy Lahuchek with a 9.50. Very nice routine as you take a look at Christine Barkosi, the other senior from Palatine.
Another very good floor specialist.
Very expressive, plays to the crowd.
Getting ready for her first pass. Double full, nice and solid.
Very capable of great
Tempo
score.
change. Look at the expression on her face.
Makes it look like fun.
Through to a back tuck. And another tumbling pass right into it. Comes right back with the layout. Nice combination. A back extension. Do a double pirouette.
From Palatine. She's happy. I love to watch her perform because she just really seems to have such a good time doing it.
You can really tell when they enjoy it. It's a true performance. The whole crowd is eating out of their hands, quite literally. A chance to watch her again here. Round off, flip-flop, full. Cute finish. She's happy.
She said that she will not compete collegiately, at least at this point. So this would be it for her, and what a finish. As we take a look at her teammates. Oh, gosh. She's brought a lot of style to gymnastics here. She's really been a lot of fun to watch for 4 years. Getting ready for Diane SOJOODI from Arlington Heights Hersey High School, a sophomore, as we wait for Christine's score. And Diane was in second place as of yesterday's competition. 9.55.
We have a new leader.
That equals the best score given in the floor X in this meet so far. Christine Barkosi holds it right now.
Well, this next competitor is of particular interest to you.
I've certainly enjoyed watching Diane along with all these other gymnasts here from the Mid-Suburban Conference. And Diane wearing the brown and white of Hersey and not the orange. Just a sophomore.
Very well. Getting ready for her first tumbling pass. Double full, a nice one. Tempo change, the music changes. Adapting very well. For next pass, a Russian through to a full. Nice job. Good combination.
few supporters as you look at him right there.
Pick her up in midair. Very light on her feet. Good combinations, expressive, explosive, and really fun to watch.
Suffered that knee injury this year and was out for a while. It's good to see her come back so strong and make it to the finals.
Wonderful comeback.
We're going to take a look at Shannon Hayes of Rolling Meadows as we wait for Diane's score. Shannon, a junior.
Score for Diane SOJOODI. 9.5.
9.55. Tied to the lead. So we have a co-leader. Shannon Hayes, a very nice tumbler.
Interprets it very well. Getting ready for a first pass. I would expect to see a double full here. Yes. Very good pass. Getting ready for a next pass. Arabian through to a beautiful layout.
A lot of dancer in Shannon.
Yes. Very expressive. And our last pass, 2 flip-flops and a full. Very dramatic. Excellent. Woo! Everyone's happy.
Our coach Al Galati. Shannon Hayes of Rolling Meadows with a really nice routine. That was beautiful.
A chance to watch part of it here again. There's her Arabian pass through to a beautiful layout. Really expressive angular movements and interprets the music very well.
Finishes moves with her hands so well, so expressive.
Yes. And her focal point. I mean, look at these unique moves, just excellent. And her last pass through to a full, and I really like this ending. It's very dramatic.
He plays to the music. Really good for the young gymnast to see the extension on each of her moves and the amplitude, her chest and torso.
The last 2 years, she's finished.
Whoa! 9.6. So the judges loved it too. It was a great routine.
I will agree with that completely.
Oh. What a nice job. There you go. Look at our new leader, Shannon Hayes. As you take a look at Liz KARISSA coming in, the sophomore from Libertyville. She has a really fun routine.
Yes, she does. A lot of youngsters here on the floor. First tumbling pass, the front, through to a double full. Tough combination. Another front, through to a full.
KARISSA.
Another
Stop
great
from Libertyville.
routine.
Oh, gosh. Every time you think you've seen it all, the next young lady comes up and just does an unbelievable job. It's really neat. They're rising to the occasion. The crowd loves it.
That's right, and this is the state meet. That's what it's all about.
It's one thing to talk about doing. It's another to be able to do what these 14 to 17-year-olds are doing and come out and do it.
Such poise out there, I tell you, under real pressure. There's her front, through to a full. They're out there performing today. Valdez into a flip-flop. Looking good here.
Well, 9.60, so the judges loved it too. We just talked about each person coming out topping the one before, and ooh, the two last young ladies are now co-leaders. So Liz Calabrese, the co-leader at 9.60, as senior Amy Kovacs from Elgin Larkin comes up, and Amy every bit is capable of scoring that.
That is true.
I'm going to see a very, very strong tumbler here.
First tumbling pass. A gorgeous fall. Boy, was she high. Look at the height on these leaps. Aerial walkover. Triple pirouette. Second pass. Beautiful Arabian. Through to a full. With amplitude galore. Aerial cartwheel into the corner. Two flip-flops and a full. Very strong tumbling.
Amy Kovacs from Elgin Larkin. Great height.
Highest tumbling we've seen so far.
Had to take a little bit out of you.
Yes. Here's her last pass again. Flip-flop, flip-flop. And a nice high full. And the ending. Nice routine.
Amy Kovacs from Elgin Larkin with two competitors remaining.
Two very strong competitors.
It's really an interesting sequence of competitors on this draw.
Yes. Well, they were all so strong to begin with.
Uh-huh. Very, very strong.
We went from the top to the bottom. It was, what, 0.15 separated these top 12, 13 rather, floor routines. They were so clustered yesterday.
The parity was amazing.
Yes.
And each girl, you know, has added a couple things into the routine, too. 9.5 for Amy Kovacs, a fine score. I think a lot of people grouped in that 9.6 to 9.5 range.
And those are incredible scores.
Oh, gosh. And now you see Jodi Forsberg, a junior from Palatine.
Flip-flops and a full. Very expressive. Nice pass. Good combination. your last pass. Through to a full.
Jodi Forsberg from Palatine. Jodi third place in all around in this competition. Finishes up her night on the floor. I don't think it's going to make any difference in the team score in the sense that Palatine's already got an awfully tough lead. So
that's true.
And I don't think...
Take a look at her last tumbling pass here. Rest of her routine. Flip-flop through to a full. And the scores are coming in here.
Well, as we wait, too, you couldn't have scripted this if it was a Hollywood movie, because the last competitor was a leader coming in and probably the most, one of the most exciting, certainly, floor exercisers, and our all-around champion, Jennifer Redmond of Rich Central, coming up. And that score for Forsberg, 9.50. So a fine score for the junior. Here you get a look at Jennifer Redmond. We talked about Amy Kovacs' height. Take a look when you see Jennifer Redmond and try to put it into perspective with what you've seen.
Her tumbling is awesome.
The crowd will usually oohs and ahs, and I'm sure tonight will be no different. It's a great finish for a great meet. Our all-around champion, Jennifer Redmond.
Immediately into her first pass, back with a half, to a beautiful layout step out. That's how that's supposed to be done.
To Manila Munch.
An axle, beautiful. Punch front, through to a beautiful layout. Oh. Very solid. Triple pirouette, beautiful. Flip-flop full. Double turn to finish it off. Beautiful. Woo!
Well, there you have the floor exercise competitors finished off by all-around champ Jennifer Redmond, shaking her head a little bit, but getting consolation from her sister Jill. A fine routine. And boy, Judy, these kids are just amazing.
They truly are. A chance to look at Jennifer again here. Flip-flop full. Very good. Finishes strong here. Jump turn and a half.
Take this opportunity to thank District 211 Superintendent Richard Colsey, Principal Robert Zicki, and
There's Jennifer.
Shaking her head, it's true.
Now those perfectionists, nothing's ever quite good enough.
That's right. That's right.
There's her mom looking on, waiting for the score. This will be our last competitor of the night.
Special people. This is SHERYL, the manager. This is Sandy Owen, the director. Mr. Don Turner, assistant lead director. And this is the IHSA and
So our score is a 9.6. So Jennifer, pressure at the end comes out with it. So we've got this three-way tie at the top.
I like that. Crowded at the top. Excellent.
9.6, Jennifer Redmond. Oh. We'll be back with the Floor X Awards and the Team Awards right after this. There you see the site of the crime, the floor exercise mat, as everybody takes a look and waits the competitors for the awards to be given.
The competition this evening has been just outstanding. And the floor, the power tumbling, the dance moves, wonderful music. We just saw some excellent competition out there.
And now we're ready to present those awards, so let's go to PA announcer Mark Wilcox for the presentations.
Sports coordinator at Palatine High School. Our host for this 13th annual 1988-89 IHSA Girls State Final Gymnastics Meet. Ms. Wilcox has also served as the state final manager for this event. There's a time in 13th place at 9.10 from LIBERTYVILLE High School, KIMI. There's a tie for 11th place between two girls, both at 9.35. Patrice Sequoia of Tinley Park and Jill Rippon of Ridge Central. In 10th place with a score of 9.40 from Resurrection High School, SHERYL KUROWSKI.
Look at Liz Calabrese and Diane SOJOODI.
There's a four-way tie for 6th place.
Jennifer Redmond.
9.5. The four girls that got 9.5 were JODI Forsberg of Palatine, Amy Kovacs of Elgin Larkin, SUNNI STECK from NAPERVILLE Central, and WENDY.
The hardware.
Somebody found some extra gold around.
Yeah.
It's Sherry Wilcox, meet manager with those.
For 4th place. The score is 9.55. The girls are Christine Bartosi of Palatine High School and Diane SOJOODI of HERSEY.
What nice performances from these two young ladies. There you see Christine Bartosi, the senior, finishing out her career, and what a nice way to do it from her girls athletic coordinator, Sherry Wilcox, pinning it around her. And next to her, Diane SOJOODI of Arlington Heights Hersey High School. They're tied officially for 4th, since there was a three-way tie at the top.
That's right.
There you look at the triumvirate right over there. Great scores.
Excellent scores. Beautiful routines.
9.6. The three girls tying for the state title on court exercise are Jennifer Redmond of Ridge Central, Liz Calabrese of LIBERTYVILLE.
Familiar spot for her this weekend.
What a wonderful gymnast. Jennifer Redmond there from Ridge Central High School, the junior. Liz Calabrese from Libertyville. Really nice, expressive routine. Shannon Hayes with a very dance-oriented, beautiful routine. Very clean. Those are tri-state champions.
Definitely crowded at the top there.
The only balance problem she's had all night, that's for sure. And there you have the floor exercise award winners. Let's take a look at the winners' routines. First, Shannon Hayes from Rolling Meadows.
Very expressive, explosive, crisp. And a real power tumbler here. Nice double full. Probably one of the best of the evening. So unique. An Arabian through to a nice layout.
This time, we'd like to read the final team results. In 8th place was Downers Grove South. They scored 139.65 points. In 7th place with a score of 140.30 is Naperville North.
And her last pass through to a full. Nice job.
41.90 is Libertyville High School. In 5th place, with a score of 142.
A great thing for young gymnasts to see, the expressiveness and the finish of that gymnast.
Yes, polish.
The score of 123.10 points is New
And now the team awards in 4th place, improving their score, but not enough to catch REESE, was New Trier High School at 143.10. And now for the trophy presentations, here's Mark Wilcox.
Presenting the team awards and trophy for the 3rd place team will be Mrs. Lynn St. James, principal of Martin Luther King High School in Chicago, Illinois. Mrs. St. James serves the IHSA as a member of the Board of Directors of the Illinois High School Association. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please meet the bandits of Resurrection High School. They finished the 1989 season in 3rd place. First, meet the principal of Resurrection High School, Mr. REESE.
Nice job by the Bandits, led by SHERYL KUROWSKI. Uneven bars champ.
First, head coach Sue Bosco.
Sue Bosco's done a great job with that group.
And now the gymnast, Jenny Diener, sophomore. Karen Teacher, senior.
Injured yesterday, unfortunately.
Nikki Taylor, freshman.
Nice job by the freshman.
You sure have worked long and hard for this.
SHERYL KUROWSKI, junior.
State trophies don't come easily. Oh.
Kelly Wadarsky, freshman.
In their case, it's their 2nd, 3rd place, so they've got bookends. What a nice thing to have.
Debbie Morocco, senior. Cat Ford, sophomore.
We talk about the names that we saw here tonight, but these young ladies are what keeps these people in the gym and gets you team trophies. So crucial.
Missy Sosen, senior. Lisette Rodriguez, senior.
Hope every one of these kids' parents are getting to see the happiness on these kids' faces. They have been a part of a 3rd place in the state meet team.
And Mara Battellini,
Resurrection has a very young team. About half of them will be returning. A lot of credit goes to a coaching staff that can take a group of athletes together with not a whole lot of experience and come up with a 3rd place team title.
And there you see the 3rd place.
Yes.
If anybody's ever experienced this, it's one of the most unbelievable things in the world, and you just can't describe it. It's a culmination.
Oh, it's exciting.
If you get a chance to go to an event, please go. High school athletics is exciting and well worth your time.
I would, definitely agree with you there. It's great to watch, but it's probably even better to participate.
You know, it's also so nice to see the support that these kids have garnered from their schools and their parents. It's really neat to see the following. It's a very noisy group, and it really means the difference for the kids. They know you're behind them. They put out, and we just saw it in the floor exercise probably more easily than anything else.
Yes.
Now our 2nd place team award.
For 2nd place will be Mr. William Nitz, principal of Monticello High School in Monticello, Illinois. Mr. Nitz serves the IHSA as a member of the Board of Directors and Secretary of the Illinois High School Association. At this time, please meet the Olympians. The Olympians are Rich Central, who finished the 1981 season in second place, scoring 146.65 points.
What a great, another young team, Judy.
Yes. Small but mighty.
These are the members of Rich Central's team. First, head coach Dan Malloy. Assistant coach Judy Redmond. Now the gymnast, Chris Amadian, sophomore.
Mrs. Redmond certainly had a whole lot to do with this.
Sheila Redmond, sophomore.
So we've got two parents coaching their kids that we know of.
That's right.
Tamika Adams, sophomore. Jennifer Redmond, junior. And Marty Eberly, senior.
Only senior of the group. All the rest will be back.
There you have the girls from Rich Central.
Marty Eberly and Jennifer Redmond of Rich Central High School, please step forward to receive the second place trophy.
Second place in the state of Illinois. Look at those smiles. Well earned. What, just watching the smile on Mrs. Redmond's face is well worth everything. Is that neat?
Rich Central High School, state runner-up.
State runner-ups, Rich Central. Score of 146.65. Outstanding score.
Finished 5th last year. Second a couple years ago. So they're establishing themselves as a perennial state power.
I think they might be back, Judy.
I think probably good assessment there, Ann.
IHSA is a member of the
And now to prevent the state champions trophy.
High School Association.
Mr. Tom Howard.
At this time, please meet the Pirates of Palatine.
The home school and defending champs repeat. .148.15. Tell you what, it's unbelievable to get one state championship, to do back-to-back.
Very difficult.
A whole lot.
And now meeting the team.
And I think we saw a much stronger Palatine team this year. A noticeably stronger team.
Well, they were down after 2 events, and it shows strength to come back like that.
Yeah. I think the quality of their routines, the difficulty had improved. They've been working hard.
A year's strength added on.
That's right. Experience.
Virtually the same gymnasts as competed last year.
Pretty much, and they have a lot of returners.
We're going to lose 2 girls off of this team. We'll lose Vicki Borneman and Christine Barkosi, but everybody else comes back.
A couple of heavy hitters.
Christine Barkosi, senior. Heidi Borneman, senior.
Couple of sweeties there.
Jamie Berman, junior. Chrissy Pedersen, senior.
Key performer on the floor for them, as was Jamie Berman.
Junior. And Lori Hill, sophomore. Will coach Sandy Oval and captains Vicki Borneman, Christine Barkosi, and Chrissy Pedersen of Palatine High School, please step forward to receive the first place trophy.
Beautiful.
What a treat to win the state championship trophy in your own gym. The state champions from Palatine High School, the Pirates, and Coach Sandy Oldham. Let's go back and take a look at Liz Calabrese's floor exercise routine. This is one of the
state champions.
Presenting Palatine High School, the 1989 state team champions. They scored 148.15 points.
Front through to a double full, a very tough combination. Split leaps. Constant motion. Front through to a full. Looking real good, real strong. Their last pass through to a full. Very solid. Excellent form. Championship routine for sure.
There you get a look at the state champions, and as they play one moment in time over the PA, and it certainly is that. And a beautiful moment it is. Let's take a look now at Amy Kovac's Florax routine. Beautiful. We'll see that in a few minutes, but right now you see the relaxation, the exultation just kind of letting down. It really happened. We really did defend it.
What a tough couple days to stay that intense, that competitive, all the way through, and you know, really improve. A lot of people have a hard time improving the finals, but look at how much Palatine improved in the finals alone.
A lot of emotion there.
They picked up over half a point in the finals over yesterday.
Their score last year was 149, so they didn't threaten their state record. Now let's take a look at the other tri-champion, Jennifer Redmond, on floor.
Beautiful power tumbler. This first pass just kind of takes your breath away. That back with a half through to a layout step out. Incredible height. Double axel, beautiful. Punch front, through to a nice high layout. And a triple pirouette. Getting ready for her last pass. Round off flip-flop and a full twist. Again, high, powerful tumbling. A champion.
What a great way to end the meet. We'll be back with some closing thoughts right after this.
Once again, a beautiful competition here at Palatine High School. A last thought, Judy.
I was really impressed with the quality of the meet. I thought the finals were the best I've seen in years. Everyone really performed to the level of champions, and that's really what it was all about.
And those champions on the vault, Jennifer Redmond, SHERYL KUROWSKI on bars, tying the state record at 9.7, Vicki Borneman on the beam from host Palatine, and a three-way tie on Florex, Jennifer Redmond, Liz Calabresa, and Shannon Hayes from Rolling Meadows. And the team championships, Resurrection with a 143.00 in third. In second, Rich Central, 146.65. And defending and returning champs, Palatine High School, 148.15. a great 1989. The executive producer for today's event has been Danny DiCarlo. Today's game has been produced and directed by Lisa Seltzer. Associate producer, Kim Watanek. Remote facilities provided by Multimedia. I'm Ann Penstone saying good afternoon for Judy Bussey, and thanks for joining us. The proceeding has been an exclusive Sports Vision presentation.